This video shows how to align the C-leg, Kenevo, and Genium X4 using an alignment jig, such as the PROS.A.Assembly, and how to define the reference line on the socket. First, enter the user data into the connectgo.pro app. Pay special attention to the hip flexion contracture. The app now displays the alignment recommendation based on the data entered. The alignment recommendation represents a starting point and must be further optimized together with the user. Start by attaching linen tape to the lateral and the interior side of the socket. Then, measure the middle of the socket in the frontal plane using the 50-50 gauge. Mark a proximal and a distal point. Then draw a line through them to determine the longitudinal axis. Scientific studies suggest that an adduction angle of 6 degrees is a suitable starting point for an average residual limb length. The optimum value may differ for the individual user. Next, use the 50-50 gauge to mark the center of the socket in the sagittal plane. Now, the socket reference point can be determined. Place the socket into the plaster cup so that the reference line runs vertically, and measure the distance from the workbench to the tuberosity. Transfer this length to the line drawn on the lateral side. Add 3 centimeters to get the socket reference point. To draw the sagittal alignment reference line, take the socket flexion value from the connectgo.pro app and transfer the angle to the socket reference point. When aligning a C-leg, a knee extender must be used. Ensure that the 8-degree flexion stops are installed so that the knee extender fits correctly. Then tighten the screw until the connectgo.pro app confirms sufficient knee extension. If you are using the PROS.A.Assembly, use the adapter inserts specified for the respective knee joint. Set the knee to external rotation. Then set the heel height and foot position, according to the alignment recommendation in the connectgo.pro app. Refine the foot rotation with the user during dynamic alignment optimization. Clamp the knee joint into the alignment fixture and set the specified height. Next, connect the socket to the knee joint. Pay attention to the position of the socket in both the frontal and sagittal plane. Observe the recommended socket flexion angle. Check clearances by pushing the socket into full flexion and full extension. Ensure that the socket does not contact the knee joint or cosmetic cover. Finally, tighten all screws to their specified torque.